Hi, I'm Tracy Heatley, and thank you for tuning in to this episode of the Better Marketing Podcast, bringing you marketing magic in minutes. If you've ever created a marketing plan with good intentions only to abandon it a few weeks later, then you're not alone. So let's talk about how to create a marketing plan that's not only smart and strategic, but one that you'll actually stick to. Here's why so many marketing plans end up in drawers, folders, or gathering digital dust. They're too complicated. They're not realistic. They don't feel connected to the real business goals. They're based on what you think you should do, not what works for your business and your audience. And perhaps they're not flexible enough. Or they're jam-packed full of marketing tactics and timeframes that are unrealistic and are overwhelming. And let's be honest, when things get busy, marketing is often the first thing to slide, which is why so many businesses end up with what I've named sporadic marketing syndrome. So let's focus our attention on what a good plan looks like. A good marketing plan is like a sat-nav. It tells you where you're going and how to get there, but you can still reroute if needed. So here's what to focus on. First of all, clear objectives. Start with your business goals. When I start working with my clients, I have a better goals system that I use, and we go through that in detail. So clear objectives are really important. Simple tactics. Don't try to do everything. Do the right things. Again, it's all about what's right for you and your business. Keep a regular rhythm, weekly, monthly, quarterly activities, whatever it is that's right for you. Sometimes when I'm working with my consultancy clients, for example, we put in 90-day plans together, but that might seem overwhelming to you. So you might be better with a weekly plan or a monthly plan. But whatever it is that you decide is right for you and your business, keep that regular rhythm. Have a repurposing strategy. Get more mileage from one piece of content. There's so much you can do with this. A blog can be transferable, it can be broken down into social media posts, it can be broken down into videos, there's all sorts of things that you can do. So really think about having a repurposing strategy so you're not going right back to the beginning every time. Perhaps have a theme even. Sometimes I'm advising my clients that we should have a theme, and if you're following a theme, it takes the pressure off. So really you plan out your themes and then you think about how you're going to repurpose your strategy, how you're going to repurpose that content. Then there's accountability, someone to help you stay on track. If we are working in large industries, so many service providers have come out of corporate, they've worked for an employer before, they're now doing what they were doing in a previous role as an employee, but for themselves now. You're providing a service, but when you're running your small business, you have to be responsible for everything, and you don't necessarily have anyone that you need to be accountable to, and that accountability can have a massive shift. Some of my mentoring clients love that accountability because we're planning things out either on a weekly basis, a monthly basis, whatever it is that suits that client, but then they take the action because they know that we've got another session, and there's no point them having me as their mentor if they're not going to do what they've said they're going to do. So it's not about pressure, it's just having that accountability. So if you're not working with a professional like me, have somebody else that you're accountable to. Might be another business owner that's in a similar position to you, and you maybe meet up quarterly or monthly and you chat about the things that you've done. But if you can't have someone like me, or you're not ready for that just yet, get accountability from somebody. It will make a big difference. And actually, if we're going back to the tips from the beginning about having the objectives in the first place, sometimes having the objectives is what you need to be accountable because you know exactly what your goals are. So go back to the basics and set those goals in motion. Yes, I am going to talk a little bit about AI because AI can help you here as well. AI tools can make sticking to a plan easier, from content calendars to idea generation and writing support. So I think you need to learn to train your AI before it can even start to be writing like you. In the first instance, if you're new to it, be writing everything yourself. and then maybe get things reworded. It's only like getting it edited by somebody if you're getting it reworded by your AI. And with the recent introduction of ChatGPT 5, there's now even more things that you can do to help yourself. But here's the catch. Your AI can't create your strategy for you. You still need to know who you're targeting, who are your customers, what are your key messages, where your audience hangs out, where are they likely to be, what forms of marketing do you need to be using, and why they should care about you, your business, and what you've got to offer. Once you know all that, you can use AI to save you time and keep that consistency. Essentially, you're a solo business owner or you're managing your own marketing. Make sure that you get the right training on how to use AI, how to train your AI to work for you. I'm not just saying this because I train people in how to use AI. I'm saying this because learning to understand what to do, how to use it, when to use it, the capabilities, the functions, and the ethics surrounding AI are all crucial if you want to incorporate AI into your marketing activities. So if you're starting to use AI in your marketing or you want to take your skills to the next level, do get in touch with me because I offer a 2-hour AI one-to-one online training session for just £177. The time it can save and the money it can help you make is a no-brainer. With real-time actions, results, recordings, all based on your business. So there's nothing to lose and everything to gain from that. Now let's talk about the power of simplicity. You don't need a 40-page document. To get you started, you might only need a 1-page strategy and a consistent action plan. However, if your marketing plan fits onto a Post-it note, then we definitely need to talk. One of my favourite exercises to do with clients is helping them create a realistic plan that fits their business and their lifestyle. You might have set up your business because you want it to tie in with a lifestyle. You might just want a lifestyle business. It might be a part-time business, whatever it is. Everything you do has to fit in with the business and it has to fit in with you. That way, marketing becomes more manageable and not a monster. And when you start to see results, it becomes even more motivating. In the next episode, I'm going to be talking about measuring what matters and how that can impact your future marketing strategies. So I definitely tune into that one because measuring marketing as a small business is massive. Especially as a service-based business, you need to be doing that. I've created a free guide called A Small Business Owner's Roadmap to a Better Strategy. It's available on my website, which is tracyheatley.com. And if you put in the code, when you download that guide, you put in the code POD2025, I will enter you into a competition to potentially win a free power hour with me. You'll also find details there about my strategy cycle program, my one-to-one mentoring, my marketing consultancy, and my AI training. There's loads of blogs on my website and there's more podcasts as well. So this isn't the only podcast that I've ever done. I've been doing podcasts for years. So there's this podcast on there, the Better Marketing series. There's also How to Be a Networking Ninja, Be Better with Tracy Heatley, and the Small Business Lounge podcast as well. So there's loads of free resources for you, packed full of tips on marketing to help you. So do head over to the website at tracyheatley.com. I think that's a good place to wrap up for this episode. Like I say, next time we'll be talking about those metrics, so make sure you tune into that. In the meantime, as always, remember, better marketing means better business. I'm Tracy Heatley, and thank you for tuning into this episode of the Better Marketing Podcast.